We live. Oh, hold up. Let me let you from in. Go ahead.
I let him in.
What's up? Here
we live. Go ahead. Start it up.
We live, man. We live, and y'all know what it is. We are now officially the record holders of the 12-1 Philadelphia Eagles, the best team in all of football. Best team in all of football. Jalen, in my opinion, I said this a couple podcasts ago, is now the front runner with the MVP. Now, things go awry for the rest of the way, and Mahomes or somebody else steps up, because it's really between him and Mahomes at this point, to be honest with you. Yeah. And right now, he putting up the numbers. He putting up the wins. He got the team behind him. The leadership is there. The stats is there, both rushing, passing. It's all there. It's all there. He's the MVP. Our offense crazy. I feel like we can score every time we have the ball. It's very few times as an Eagles fan, and I think I said this last time on the pod, it was the T.O. year of McNabb, it was the Michael Vick, Deshaun, Macklin, and Shady year, and now it's this year. That's the years I feel that anytime we have the ball, we can score a touchdown against whatever team. It don't matter. And the boy Jalen is putting on an outright clinic. Clinic, I tell you.
Nah, I agree. I think wait, what? Okay. I only came in here like a month ago and admitted to saying that Jalen Hurts is actually balling out, and even when he can't beat you, even though I still don't think that he has a rocket of an arm, he has very well qualified arm strength, and he does whatever is needed to win. He orchestrates. He's the engine. I agree with Ephraim. Right now, he's the engine that runs the team. Like even our run, I don't think you could plug another quarterback in and it works. It's not going to work this way. So this system, and you got to get an offensive coordinator a lot of props to.
Got to.
They set it up and they got it in a position where like everybody's functioning off of this. And it's like a testament to the team, to what Ephraim said too about the team being a good team. It could have went awry when we seen what happened when a star quarterback and a star wide receiver get a little bit of beef and it destroyed the morale of the team. When AJ got mad and had a little temper tantrum, all that stuff got nipped in the bud, and a lot of that comes to the team continuity, the leadership and the coaching, and the fact that you got a group of guys that like each other and like playing for each other. So I mean, I really don't think this team has nothing else to prove until the playoffs get here. Honestly, they show to me, and the offense have gotten more consistent in recent weeks. Like remember before, I used to have an issue with them. It's like you have a big quarter, and then it's like they trying stuff out. They've been consistent. Even this game, even when it was low scoring early on, I felt like they had complete control of the game, and it just feels good to be. I feel like they're the top team right now.
Oh, we are.
There's a lot of background. That might be tough. I feel like a Super Bowl bust, man. I hate to say it like that. You know, you don't want to look like.
Yeah, mute your mic for a minute till that announcement go by. There we go.
There you go. You don't want to feel like if you don't get a Super Bowl, it's a wasted season. You know, because they still ball. But man, this team right here, I want to see them in the Super Bowl. The way they dominate these teams, they beating teams. They have to beat. They ain't playing down to their competition. The only slip up we had was that Washington game, and we beat ourselves. We beat ourselves.
And the refs helped beat us too, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, by fumbling the ball, Quez fumbled. I think AJ fumbled, and that whack flag at the end. But other than that, Jalen Hurts he's doing everything I wanted him to do. He's answering all the questions. Go through your progressions. Even when I see him dumping off to like the running back Miles Sanders and people like that, the backfield, that's what I want to see him do. You don't got to always run. So he's going through his progressions. He's making the great reads. What he got? 3 picks all year? That's crazy.
That's incredible. I mean, let me give a shout out to Tim real quick. This man has done about 3 podcasts on vacation, and I got to salute that because I can't front. I don't think I'd have did 1, but that man has done 3, and he's doing his thing. He in the airport now, going hard. I gotta give a shout out to that.
Ephraim the only one that don't do it on vacation. That's why his mic don't contribute, don't help him out now.
That's true. That's a good point. I will say this.
Wait, Tim, what you got?
So, Tim, is the sound you good?
Oh yeah, the announcement is off now.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I had to jump on because the boy Jalen, it was phenomenal.
That's really why he here, y'all.
He did his
But for
thing.
one, nigga, that's really why he's here. But go ahead.
Listen, it's like a proud pop just being proud of your young boy, just seeing them succeed. And you believed in him when everybody else did. And I think me and his mom, we the only one that believed in him.
Okay, really?
The Eagles believed in him too. That's why they drafted him.
Yeah, exactly. And got rid of the other quarterback to make sure that he was there.
But the boy, he's done it. I mean, what else? What more can you ask with him? Responsible for 3 touchdowns today. I mean, he was sharp. That first, I'm gonna go back to the first drive. That first drive, he just had the dink. It wasn't dink and dunking, but he was precise. But it was like short, intermittent passes, and drove down for the touchdown. The second one, I don't know what was going on with that kicker, but they gave us the ball at the I think it was like the 33, and he just threw one big bomb, and then he got another touchdown. But it was like it didn't matter. That defense couldn't do nothing toward us. I am a little concerned about the young boy safety that we lost because I think it's a significant knee injury, and so when
the backup,
Blankenship, yeah, the backup rookie boy. But because it looked totally different when they brought the other guy in there. What's his name? The backup boy.
That was an Epps. You said about Blankenship? It wasn't Epps or Stark, but Blankenship got hurt, right?
Yeah, Blankenship got hurt, and then they brought in Kevon Wallace. And Kevon Wallace, he was shaky out there. So I don't know.
See that Blankenship got hurt. I was catching up on the games. I was fast forwarding some stuff because I started watching late. Yeah, but I didn't see the game.
Yeah, but we look like we Super Bowl bound, and I do agree with you, Ethan. I'm not gonna say it's a waste of season, but it might be a waste of season if we don't.
It's a golden opportunity. It's a golden opportunity. Honestly.
That's the phrase. I like that one phrase, Wayne. It is a golden opportunity. Go ahead.
Y'all see Dallas pulled win over Texas.
Houston is so dumb. Like, first of all, they didn't go for the field goal, which would put them up by 6. And then when they had to, so Dallas comes down and scores. Now they down 4, so they had to score a touchdown instead of being able to get in field goal position to kick a field goal in the game. I don't know why you would try to. They was at the goal line, went for 4th and goal on it was like the 2 or the 3, and they tried to do like a quarterback sneak. Like he tried to step back, and it was retarded. It irritated me so bad. But that's either here or there. Dallas should have lost that game. And for the simple fact they were in a dogfight with Houston, lets me know Dallas. We a step above every team for real.
Well, we kind of was in a dogfight with Houston too. To be honest with you, we did.
At first, I think at halftime, I think we blew that. What was the end of the score of that game? I can't read. We blew that game open after half, didn't we? But I mean, listen, the bull Jalen. The accuracy on some of these passes is incredible. He was 21 for 31, and we got to keep in mind that he had 3 outright drops.
I was about to say, listen, for real, and not to cut you off, but to your point, in the first half, and that's what I said in the chat. I was like, for real, all the missed passes, all the incompletions was drops. It was right there, and they would perfectly place football. So,
then the other ones, and then we had 2. That by Miles Sanders, the one that he caught it and went out of bounds, that looked close to me. They didn't show me a good instant replay on that.
I thought that was a catch.
I thought that might have been a catch. If they'd have got a better instant replay, we might have been able to challenge that, but they didn't have a good enough instant replay to play that. And the one that he threw Devontae Smith that he could have got the second foot down and so that's 5 incompletions. So you talking about he possibly could have went easily, and this is not even just exaggerating for stats. He could have easily went 26 for 31. So I mean. What he doing, man, is top notch.
AJ dropped the rights ball right there in the numbers.
Right in his hands. Then the tight end ball dropped one. It was like Devontae dropped. People were just dropping easy stuff at first. And then, like I said, a couple of them catches should have been catches. They caught it, but was out of bounds, but they should have been catches. So he on another level right now. It was a couple. One he threw Devontae Smith, I think it was on a 3rd down. And Devontae broke, and the announcer said the cornerback was all over him, but the ball was played so perfectly that Devontae just turned. It was right there in the breadbasket, bang, for the first down. He's on another level right now, and I want to win the Super Bowl. But the way he's playing, we gonna have a shot 5 years from now to win the Super Bowl.
As long as they keep the talent. Let's not act like. Let's not act like we don't got a lot of talent on this team, too, though.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. You got to. It's like it reminds me.
Go ahead. Let's talk about that deep bomb now that Devontae Smith caught. takes a lot of heart because the safety was coming over like he was going light his
Rock his
world up
world.
and put him out the
They
game.
don't let
Well,
nobody get hit.
man.
They don't let nobody get hit nowadays. That's
No.
why he handles
It don't
fair.
matter. You still could have got hit. That could have been alligator armed or anything else. He caught that ball.
I agree.
and kept going.
That catch took some heart. I
I don't
agree.
know how Love
A little bit.
light him
It
up.
wasn't 1990s heart, but it was all right.
I agree with that too. I agree with that too. It wasn't 1990, early 2000 heart, but it still took some heart because your bike could just run into you sometimes off of just happenstance and still seriously injure you. So to know that dude coming over top and you still maintain the composure to catch it, Devontae got some heart. I had to give it to him. He a little bull with some heart, man. I'm impressed with him.
He'll go for the ball. And one of them balls he went for, looked like it kind of been pass interference when dude looked like he kind of pushed him before the ball.
He did. Yes. The one he jumped in the air and he pushed him. It was kind of bang, bang. So I'm not going to grill about that too much because defenders have a hard time with that as it is. But that was definitely, if you slowed it up, it was pass interference for sure.
You know what's funny is we talk a lot about this offense and we hate a lot on the defense sometimes. They showed a stat during the game and it showed that the Eagles was like in the top 2 or 3 in sacks and turnovers this season on the defensive side of the ball.
Honestly, so many games. I think it said the last so many games.
Well, no, I don't know. They was comparing it to last season, and they were saying like in last season they was like in last place and in the bottom and like almost last place in the 2 different categories. And this year they're in the top of those categories. I mean, maybe they was saying last few games, but I swear they said for the season.
Yeah, I thought they said for the season too. I gotta. Sometimes they do be.
It was a little shocking to me. Like they flashed it real quick. I was like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to see that again real quick because I would not have thought that honestly.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I would say that it does help that we've been scoring so much. So when you score a lot, you kind of put pressure on the other team, and they stop running the ball, which helps you get with your run defense, and then it allows you to pin your ears back a little bit and go get the quarterback. It's like basketball when you get a lead. You know what I mean, a team that could score good, they kind of use their offense as their defense. And we kind of been doing that. I'm not saying our defense hasn't been playing well, but I do think our offense has kind of put our defense in some favorable positions. And our defense put our offense in favorable positions a lot of times with some turnover too. So I can't, I'm not taking no credit away from them, but I think that does help. They kind of help each other, I guess, if that makes sense, to be as good as they have been. So it's a beautiful chemistry right now, to be honest with you, man. It's a beautiful
Are y'all gonna sign Miles Sanders? Because he had 144 yards.
Yeah,
I don't know. It depends on how much money.
You can't sign everybody.
That's what I'm saying. And Jalen's going to have to get paid.
Jalen's going to get paid. You got to pay CJ Garner.
Did Jalen take less for the sake of the team?
No.
I don't.
Stop.
I don't think he should.
Tom Brady did it. Tom Brady did it.
I mean,
Tom Brady did it. Tom Brady did it on like his 10th contract. Like, he
still did it.
Yeah, but
you still want Devontae Smith to get paid. You still need.
Can they go out and replace? Now, if you talking about, there's certain people, I feel like we might have to definitely need to keep on there.
Such a bad to at CF. No,
but if there's certain people like to me, Jalen is not the person that you can replace. Like you're not just gonna go out there and get a quarterback that's doing what he's doing and plug him in and play like that. But I think some of the other people. I don't think AJ Brown is as easily replaced, but some of the other receivers, I think you can go out and replace some of them. And even Miles, and I've been a big proponent of Miles. I always thought he had that kind of talent. But I think that running back, like you can go out and get, I think you can go out and get players sometimes in that system. But you got to pay that quarterback. As a quarterback, you got to pay the quarterback.
No, listen, but Ethan's kind of right.
You don't have to break the bank. Yeah, he's a team. You're in the salary. It ain't like baseball. It's no salary cap.
You could play him now because he's next year he's still gonna be in that rookie deal.
It was actually I forget who.
He's getting an extension. He's not going to get paid next year either. So if you just so next year if you want to pay, if you want to give that big signing bonus and you want to sign Miles, then you could do that. The money don't kick in for Jalen until 2025.
Okay.
2024.
Okay,
well, then I would consider signing Miles, but you trusted Miles after 1 year of being injury free and you gonna break the bank on Miles?
I'm not saying break the bank, but you're going to have to give him some nice money. I think he's a dual threat. And this is why I said, remember we were talking about earlier, y'all was saying, why don't you put other backs in the game? Miles is a back who at any moment could take a handoff and go 50 yards. And he did it the last couple of weeks. He did it today. He's that type of back.
I told y'all that a couple years ago, but
and the thing, no, you did.
Y'all told me Boston Scott was the better running back.
No, I said Boston Scott runs harder at the time.
Y'all said Boston Scott was the better. Y'all said Boston Scott should have been the starting running back.
Harder. It was all about running harder tackles.
And
between the tackles.
Tim,
because you remember Miles Sanders used to bounce everything outside. Wayne, right or wrong? Miles Sanders used to bounce everything outside.
I didn't think he bounced everything outside, but I do think he does more. He does more. He don't even run peripheral. He don't run in between the tackles like that now.
He do a lot harder.
You really see him go up there is if it's a big hole and he gapes through that. But a lot of times, if you look, he'll hit that initial hole and then still bounce to the outside. That's the way he runs.
No, for the most part, he's balanced that nicely, I think, between going through the tackles and trying to get it outside. He's been running a lot harder through them tackles because a lot of his big runs have come actually running through the tackles. And like you said, it's a big hole, but you gotta go through the hole to make it happen, if you know what I'm saying. So I think he's been doing that. I do think Jalen, if Tim is saying the way the contract is structured, I think that'll work. I don't know though. I think if you sign him to that big deal now, I don't think he waits to get the money though. That's what you're saying?
No, it's an extension. When you sign an extension, like they'll give him a sign-on bonus, but that there's no money that's going towards the cap next year because he's still on his rookie deal.
But it is still that money will still hit a cap at a certain point, so you still gotta be careful.
But I mean, you can still spread it depending on how many years you're signing for. You can spread it out depending on how many years you're signing for. Now, the one thing I will say, I would love to have Miles back, but I'm saying it's one of them situations if I'm not going to sit there like if he feel like, remember, you'd have running backs don't do that as much now, but guys think they should be paid more. They trying to get that money now. The same way Jalen should try to get the bag now. Suppose something happened to him and he gets hurt and he just took less money on this deal. They're not going to go back and say, well, for all that you did for us, we're going to give you this. No, that's not how the NFL works.
Okay, but listen, but suppose he don't get hurt, and suppose now that he didn't take less money, he don't have the talent and he don't win like he do no more. See, I mean, my thing is you got to remember too, winning also creates other things. It creates money. So now your endorsements, more people going to come to you for endorsements. So once you start winning is the cure all for everything. So it is a decision to be made. I understand what you're saying. Do I take the money now or possibly reap the result of taking the money and not winning or being as successful as I could have been, which will bring on more money? Now,
but do they even have more cap space now? Because think about it. What's his name should be out of here. If he need to rework his deal if not get traded.
Remember, that's why Seattle, big money. Remember, that's why Seattle couldn't keep their players because Russell took all the money. Russell took all the money. Seattle couldn't resign their players.
Fletcher Cox is getting decent money, getting good money.
Fletcher Cox not getting decent money.
What he get a year?
He got cut. Remember, they had to resign him.
No, so, all right. Well, I was hoping that was. I was hoping that was something else they could do.
Like every year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was put in a situation where nobody was going to pay him, so he figured he might as well stay with the team that he know and come back because he tried to test the open market and nobody was paying him the money that he thought he was going to get. So
I don't think Fletcher Cox.
What you said?
Howie's so good. Howie's so good with the cap. I don't even think we never had a cap issue with our players. The players that we want, we usually sign. So I don't have a problem. I don't think this is going to be a big issue anyway. But
Fletcher Cox is under a guaranteed contract right now. Guaranteed. It says a guaranteed contract. He'll earn a base of $1.5 million.
Yeah, that's it.
And he has a signing bonus of $12.5 million for a cap hit of $4 million and a dead cap value of $14 million. And that's until 2026. That's decent money still. That's still pretty penny to be getting paid.
Well, it's only $4. You getting $12 million. It's only $4 million against the cap.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I mean, $4 million ain't nothing to sneeze at in the NFL per season.
My whole thing is, remember when all the Seattle players said Russell took all the money? That's why they couldn't keep the team together because Wilson, they didn't have any money to sign all these other players. So you don't want to be in this situation where you could have a dynasty. Like Seattle could have a dynasty. They kept their players and everybody together. Just for one player.
Philly Noise making a good point too. Bradbury's going to be up for contract too.
But Philly Noise, the ultimate point Philly Noise really making is this is why it's going to be extra key to draft very well. Because now that you have to pay your quarterback a lot of money, you not only got to pay him? Do you want to, even if
my court.
all right, it's not my court. It's my I don't know.
They also going to end up having to get. Do they got the replacement center yet? Because we keep saying about what's the name ain't gonna be able to play but for so long. Like we gonna have to start replacing some of these pieces. I think they on the defensive line. I think they're doing a solid job of bringing in a mix of younger players. You know what I'm saying, and mixing them in and stuff like that. But on some of these other and receivers are young.
We hold the 5th pick right now in the draft with New Orleans. I'm losing on Thursday, so most likely that pick is gonna be top 10. And let's say we trade that pick. And then we just to move back a little bit in the first round, and then we'll get another first round pick the following year with another team. We can, and then we still got our we probably want a 32nd pick in the draft because we probably had the best record in the NFL. So we got 2 first round picks this year. So I mean, as long as we draft good replacements, we'll be all right.
Then you got Goddard coming back. They got to get paid. I think they paid Goddard already, didn't they?
I'm not
sure.
Goddard
got his money last year.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's why it's going to be key. The drafting is going to be key now. That's the one thing my thing is, I think it will behoove you to keep a nucleus of stars. I think the running back, quarterback, wide receiver combination is going to be
O-line.
key. Yeah, and keeping a solid O-line. But I do think I look at the Dallas teams who won throughout the years. They had a solid O-line. And it wasn't really the whole O-line. It was mostly like 2 or 3 dudes that you really got to keep. You can always
outright studs.
Yeah, exactly. You got to keep them a couple outright studs. And you can always mix and match a couple people in between. But you got to have your running back. You got to have your wide receivers, and you got to have your quarterback. And I think we have 3 right now that has set us up for at least another 3 to 5 year stretch.
Yo, who's more valuable on that offensive line, Jason Kelce or Lane Johnson? I
mean, to me, the center is always the most valuable because I think he communicates with the quarterback the most when it comes to blitzes and possible audibles and all that. But Lane, man, I mean, you can't hit on Lane. Lane, man. But Kelce, I think right now, to me, I think he's the most important player in the offensive line. If you look at all the great quarterbacks, they mostly had a very good relationship with their centers.
And that's why I'm saying we got to make sure. I understand we got the rookie young guy in there, but he's not going to have. That's one of the things with the offensive lineman, especially the center. When you got a guy like you said, like Ephraim's point, he recognizes all kind. He'd been here. He recognized all kind of defensive sets, all kind of nuances. He know how to go into the. He over the years of he knows how to read when they go into the film room and recognize certain things and have that. And that's even actually a good thing that helps the quarterbacks too. So when you putting a young guy in there, it's probably going to be some bumps along the road.
Yeah.
But they do gotta. But hopefully they're training him up now. And I think Kelce is a good enough dude Kelce's not a hating old head. First of all, he loved Philly. He all about the Eagles. So I could definitely see him trying to make sure that they in. That's why he came back a couple times. He was ready to retire, but he didn't want to leave the Eagles in the pond. So
he really want to go.
I ain't know Hassan Reddick was getting $15 million a year either.
But they say
he's earning that money. He got 10. He's already double digits.
Yeah, but just the point. It's a lot of people that's getting money on this team, and they got to resign some people.
They say he about to be the. Did he get a sack today? I think if he got to 10 sacks this year, he'd be the first.
He got 10.
So he's the first person in history to get 10 sacks on 3 different teams 3 years in a row. That's impressive.
He's with the
shout out to Howie
the year before.
Shout out to Howie this year too. We ripped Howie deservedly so over the last few years. This team is actually kind of reminiscent to me. It's reminiscent of our Super Bowl team in that they went out and made certain picks. Like even when people got hurt, like remember how when our running back went down before, we went out and got a Jai. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like a Jai came in.
To know Howie, man. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Why not?
Why not?
Because
his draft picks has been solid too.
Who gets to fail so much at their job that they actually learn? He learned on the job with the Eagles in such a high position. I wouldn't get to fail so much at my job. He finally turned it around. Okay, good.
But you saying he finally? You're saying he
so much. You're saying he at his job.
He won a Super Bowl. You're saying he fell so drastically bad.
For years at his job.
And guess what? And how many teams have won Super Bowls? He went out and that, but no matter what, that year he brought in the pieces.
No,
win that Super Bowl.
Ethan makes a good point though, but
Ethan's point is valid, but he's talking about. Go ahead.
There is success there. I am giving Howie. I do gotta give Howie his props. Well, come on. Imagine you screwed up for like 10 years. Like, imagine
Your job still got you, and we already know what you do.
Exactly. Hey, Tim, you get my point.
I listen.
I get your point. I get your point. But
let me get in. Let me get in.
Missing out on Justin Jefferson and drafting Rieger. All of them things that he did, he was able to.
And he went out and got you AJ Brown this year.
Listen, Tim, you're talking about a social. You're talking about a social construct that we will never solve on this podcast.
Right.
And you're absolutely right. There's certain people who get the leeway on certain things, but I agree with Wayne. I will at least give him credit for finally figuring it out. It did take him a while. Most people wouldn't have got that chance. Probably none of us here. But exactly. I'm glad he figured it out. And I honestly think a lot of the fans, man, people get mad a lot of times at our media because our media is very aggressive, and our media can do the most sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but I do think some of that extra aggressiveness that makes you in the long run be better. Just like we talk about Ben Simmons, when people kept coming at Ben Simmons, like after a while, it makes you kind of step up a little bit. And all Howie had to do for real, in a lot of them instances, was draft who you supposed to draft. That's it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just draft who you're supposed to draft. And as soon as he did that,
he got the opportunity, but he was given that opportunity.
Tim, you're right. You're saying, I'm not arguing with that.
No. Listen. Right. I get what you're saying, but Philly T Noise makes a good point. Exactly. Philly T Noise makes a good point. The Eagles have been in the playoffs and they won a Super Bowl in the last 5 or 6 years. So no matter how bad you're saying he is as a GM, we know he's had a glaring weakness with drafting talent in certain years, especially at the wide receiver position. But he also drafted Miles Sanders. He also brought in a lot of these other guys we got. Didn't he bring in Lane Johnson in them? I'm saying he brought a lot of talent in, but I do agree that he missed big on a lot of stuff.
Listen,
but we have won a Super Bowl, and now we're sitting at a team, the best team in the league.
He replaced Joe Bannon. Joe Bannon's been out of the organization for at least 16, 17 years. When they brought in Chip Kelly, he literally got a chance to sit back for 3 years and watch what can I do better in a job once I get another opportunity. Imagine you don't got to do nothing but do contracts. And he learned on the job, and then he came back and was able to do that and got those successes. So, yes. Congratulations to Howie, but again, like Ethan said, most people never get.
How many GMs win Super Bowls? How many teams win Super Bowls? Like for real, sometimes no, they don't. No. How many different teams? How many different teams win Super Bowls?
One every year.
How many different ones win Super Bowls? That's the whole point I'm saying. Like it's the same thing for real with NBA finals and stuff like that. With like. Sometimes we get to say, they never won the final. They never won the Super Bowl. That's not easy. That's not. You got some franchises that haven't won them yet.
Sometimes you got to be fortunate. Sometimes you got to be fortunate.
Listen, at the end of the day,
very fortunate.
I think Sergeant Bass's comment sums it up all. I think most of us here, if not all of us, would agree with that comment. He probably wouldn't have lasted that long if he didn't have the complexion for the connection. But ultimately, right now, he done made. There you go. Ultimately, he has made some nice, solid moves, which has us now at the best team in football. About to wrap our division up with a couple more key wins here, and it's going to be done deal records if something dumb don't happen, toward the end of the season. But we are unstoppable force right now, man. We are rolling from every aspect offensively. The defense benefits. The offense benefits from the defense creating turnovers. Even when it looked like we about to get something goofy, like when our punt got blocked and all that kind of stuff like that. And Washington, the Giants get an easy touchdown. We come right back. And I'm glad they made that change with Boston Scott as a kick returner too. I thought that's huge. I like him playing kick returner because he took that joint 60. He almost had it to the house, took it up 66 yards, game back in hand again. So
if his legs was just a little longer.
I know.
Hey Tim,
he played for
Carolina. Let me ask him something real quick.
He played for Carolina last year. Hassan Reddick, Ethan. He had 12 sacks last year with Carolina.
I know he played.
Tim, who drafted Jalen Hurts? Tim,
the year before he played with Arizona.
Tim, who drafted Jalen Hurts? Who drafted Jalen Hurts?
Jeff Lurie.
Yeah, how he tried to blame the whole draft on Jeff Lurie, didn't he?
That was Jeff Lurie.
So I guess Jeff Lurie won Jalen Hurts too, right?
Yeah, hey, look, you might be right. It might be some truth to that,
right?
It might be.
But I think that first
Jeffrey
round
Lurie
bye
had
is important.
intel.
I think we
He
got
had
to play
some
for that.
background on Jalen Hurts.
We got to
heavy.
play. We got to play for that first round bye. I think that's important.
Yeah,
only one team gets it right this year.
Yeah, that's
Only
right. They
one
did
team.
change that. They did change that this year, didn't they? Yeah.
You know what's
team.
funny is
Changed
one
last
team in the
year.
AFC.
I actually was a little worried about the Eagles playing in
Oh wow! You
tougher
see that?
weather conditions.
You right?
I really
Mr.
feel like the
Wayne.
Eagles can win. I feel like Eagles can win in any setting, on any kind of field, any kind of weather. They have that type of team, whereas though they can hit you off, break you off with a passing game, open it up. If you overcommit on a running attack, then they could break you down like that and air it out and kill you with that. You got receivers that can catch and run. You got a quarterback that can buy time, make stuff happen. And his decision making has gotten tremendously better. I think Ethan alluded to that earlier. Like, he doesn't look to just take off and run. And it looks like even when the plays when he does do a design draw like that touchdown, it seems like he's just calling all the right calls right now. And he's cooking. I mean, he's hot. He's been hot all season. He's cooking right now.
You know what I like to see even.
That skinny Batman scare you in a good way or a bad way? I don't understand what's that comment.
You know what I like
So
saying
for
about
me-
Jalen? Remember at that Detroit game where the blitz was kind of befuddling him? I have never seen a quarterback. This hats off to Jalen Hurts. Develop at this rate through the season. Usually it's like, all right, next year he'll come back. He'll be able to, read the blitz, and he's developing. He's going through things that I thought he would see maybe next year or the year after. I'm seeing right now him picking up the blitzes, knowing where the blitz is coming from, making adjustments. It's phenomenal what I'm seeing right now. Hats off to G. That goes to work.
Yeah.
I always said that man was a hard worker, and it's showing us.
Yeah.
They showed it. Somebody sent me a clip on the sideline when AJ Brown and Quez Watkins and Devontae. It was more AJ Brown and Quez Watkins. They was laughing about something after we scored. They was kind of giggling and high five. And I think I sent it to y'all in our text thread. And Jalen was sitting right next to him, and he was like this.
I seen that. I seen it during the game. Actually,
he was dialed in. Yeah, he was dialed in. Like, it wasn't a game for him. It was more like
I don't think he don't know how to play. I don't think he knows how to dial it down. It's like
no, it was to me it was more
but he has fun though. Jalen has fun out there.
But to me it was more like the kids is playing and laughing, but the parents know it's business time. To me that's kind of how it felt when you look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it was still more business to be done. The game ain't over yet. It's not in hand yet. It's still more business.
Yeah, because I'll give him that, because he will at times, like, he'll let it go sometimes and he'll celebrate and stuff like that. But then, like, he's a great leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, listen, he's outstanding at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? All doubts that I had about whatever with arm strength and all that's out the window, bro. Like, he's doing everything well.
He is.
Right now, he's hitting on all cylinders.
All cylinders. Clicking in the zone right now.
Yo, hit the like button, y'all. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. The Sixers play tonight. Y'all gonna watch the game?
Yeah, they play at 6.
Yeah, I'm watching
the game out. I will say this. You know who I'm impressed with too, though? I watched the and I think Lava saw this when Quez Watkins dropped that, when he caught the pass that he didn't need to dive and fell and got up and fumbled. He actually he made himself tougher off of that, because he came back the next game, had a touchdown, and was kind of saying to the fans, "Y'all forgive me now." Like, I like that. I dig that. When
in Philly, we like the kind of athletes.
Yes, like, I like when you feel you owe the fans more than that. Like, I owe y'all more. Y'all come here, pay y'all hard-earned money. Y'all cheer, y'all waste y'all hard-earned time, because time is money and money is money. And he appreciates that, and he go back to the fans like, "Yo, y'all forgive me now. I'm working hard in y'all behalf."
The fans let him know. The fans let him know. They was all about his Twitter feed, calling him all kinds of names.
But
they did. Yeah,
but you still got to be a certain kind of athlete to take that in stride. That's why those are the kind of athletes that we've had respect here, and like
Simmons.
And that's one that Ben's not. You know what I'm saying? So, but we've had, but the athletes that's here, like Brian Dawkins and all them dudes, like those guys will take that criticism. Even like Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox, these dudes take the criticism, and then they come out and they do what they do, and it ain't all, "See, I told y'all." They don't go back at the fans. They look at the fans like the fans is a part of their squad.
The motivation. They use that motivation. Like you said, part of the squad. So No, that was good stuff, man. I love it. I did. If for all who wasn't here, and if I come back on the night at the 60 game, I'm gonna say it again. I told y'all Golden State was gonna win, and everybody got weaknesses, but that's neither here nor there. We'll pick that up at a later.
Appreciate it, T-Noise.
Almost got through a whole podcast, even though it's football. We still got Golden State.
It's close.
You should have killed the feed like 5 minutes ago. Tim, my bad.
Anyway.
All right.
Anyway,
hey, wait, what you used to call yourself? Negro Diamond.
Negro Diamonds.
I know he used to come back. We only got 10 likes, so hit that like button, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video. Share. All right, thanks for watching. We out.
Deuces.
All right.